Hi everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Twinset and Purl's knitting podcast, episode
58. If you know, you know, you know.
I'm Jo.
I'm Rachel.
And together we're Twinset and Purl.
Yeah. Welcome.
We're here to talk about...
We've been away for a while.
So it's been a month, I think, since we last podcast.
Yeah.
We had quite a few quite close together because we'd been to some yarn shows and we had lots to talk about.
And we managed to sneak one in before you went on your holiday.
Yeah.
And then you went away for a long time. It's the first time I've seen her since the last podcast.
Back together.
And yeah, so you were away, then you had a week at home.
I was away and then they closed the M4.
I know.
I couldn't get to Rachel.
They can get to me for the weekend.
So I'm here today.
Yeah, so we've got winners from the Cal.
Oh yeah, the Cal ended on the 30th of September.
Yeah, so we've got the winners from that. We've got another winner. We've got I've got lots of FOs, but they are socks. But yeah, caught up on my sock production.
I've got 2 FOs.
And lots to talk about.
Yeah, lots and lots to talk
we've
about.
Got some acquisitions.
Yeah, including on my trip I found some little, I think they're aluminium or tin.
Yeah.
Twinset and Purl. Love it.
So yeah.
Chris thought I was mad. There we go. He thinks I'm mad quite a bit.
So Jo's going to talk about her holiday
in the context of acquisitions
and finished objects.
No, I'm going to talk. I'll show my finished objects.
What you knitted on holiday,
and then I'll talk
should
about
we?
Acquisitions.
So obviously, if you haven't been here before, welcome. And we're twins who don't look like that much like twins at the moment. Our faces do. We're twins who designed together as Twinset and Purl, and
oh, big news today!
Jo's got a pattern out today.
So we've launched the John Shawl.
So we'll be talking about that.
Yeah.
And some others. Should we do the winners? Should we do the winners first, though?
Yeah.
Get
so we haven't got any cowls running at the minute.
No, we're starting a new one. We'll just talk about that quickly, very quickly. 1st of November till Christmas. And it's going to be gift-y type, any of our patterns that are basically one skein. So all the socks, cowls, Jo's one skein shawls, all that kind of stuff. I don't think, well, I guess you could do a 2 skein shawl, but we'll open up a new thread.
Very generous in my opinion.
Very generous gift. We'll open up a new, although I have to say, my John is a 2 skein shawl and I knitted him really, he flew off the needles because that's what I wanted to knit on. So I'll show you that in a minute. But yes, let's just say any of our patterns. But what we want to know in the thread is who you gift, who you're going to gift them to, even if it's to yourself. So you can say gifting it to me. So we get and whips. It doesn't have to be FOs. We just want people to join in.
So it's moved from the 1st of November, which is next weekend. And Rachel's got a new sock pattern coming out, and we'll also be releasing the Sophie hat
finally
as in our shop. It's been with BotanicalYarn since it was launched, so we'll put it into our shop. So
so we've got a few hats, hat patterns as well, and we'll talk about it again as we go through. We'll put it on Instagram about starting it, and it'll be in our Ravelry group.
Will it be Instagram and Ravelry?
Yes, I think so, because we'll randomly pick winners, and there'll be some. It'll basically be like a skein of yarn, or some stitch markers, or something like that. One of our patterns, So there'll be random prizes that we might just put, because it's going to be the whips allowed. We'll just pick things as we go along. Whenever we podcast, probably we'll pick a winner, and then there'll be a bigger prize at the end. Yeah. So do join in, and we always say this. We know we're rubbish about advertising our cows, but if I post a design, like a thing about the cow, if you could share it, that would be, put it in your stories and something like that would be excellent.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to spread the love?
Yeah.
We've got some free patterns as well. We've got a free sock pattern, a free cowl pattern. So
there are free patterns to knit as gifts. Yeah, so just check those out in our Ravelry store. Yeah. So all the links to that will be down below. The group and the store are always linked, aren't they?
Yeah.
And there's the podcast bonus discount code in the. Yeah. So if you watch the podcast, you can get an extra. Yeah. There might be a few things to add to it now. And as well, I haven't, and I'm stupidly haven't done it. Don't know why. I haven't made the final Botanical Yarn Sock Club ebook. So my plan is to do that this week, to make the ebook, and I'm going to put it on sale. So it's already discounted. You get 3 patterns for £9, but I'm going to put a discount on that so that, because of my lackadaisical attitude. You might as well. I thought I'd be, and that is the October, November, and December patterns. So ones that I designed for wintry. Yeah. So that'd be nice to go with. And also, obviously, you can buy them individually with the bonus. What I might do is just add it to the bonus. Add the ebook to the bonus promotion, the podcast bonus, so you get 20% off the ebook. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Yeah. So already 6 minutes in, and we need to talk about the winners. Yeah. So the winners. So
the cow ran from May until
This is
September.
the family cow.
Yeah.
Which was any of our patterns that are named after our family members.
And there were quite a lot.
So we've got 3 winners, and Jo's also decided that she wanted to pick her favourite rather than, because the others are random from the thread.
Yeah.
And so we've got an extra prize.
Yeah. And we asked
you know who
to help us, and she picked numbers for us.
Yeah, so the main, and I'll put these on if I can. Oh, because we have to use iMovie because our long story. Our files stopped being compatible with the one we paid for, which is really annoying. Anyway,
can you write to them?
I will write to them on Ravelry. We will put them in the description box as well. Yeah, that's the better way of doing it. So the main winner, who wins, sorry for the crinkling, this bag by Butternut Handmade, which is quite cute for,
that's a nice, it's definitely a shawl size, probably a t-shirt, maybe not a sweater.
It's quite a nice autumnal colour. And then there's these Botanical Yarn minis, which was a book club for the book House of Fortune by Jess Burton. And a stitch marker from Bex Creates, a Progress Keeper, sorry, from Bex Creates. And this skein that goes very well with those ones is from Fruitful Fusion called Calcite.
And wouldn't that make a
lovely John?
It would make a beautiful John.
So that's the main prize.
Should we gift the John pattern?
We can. There's also a pattern, I think it's a pattern of your choice, for a lovely Brenda Brayfield, who is came to our podcast from Ruth's podcast, is a lovely designer in Canada who, if I remember rightly, she's Irish heritage. Irish, or she's got Irish.
All her patterns
named after places in Northern Ireland. So I will be in touch with her again about how we're going to do it. But you've won one of her patterns as well. Cool. So the main winner is Julia B63 T002.
Yeah.
So you've won that prize, and then there's 2 runners-up prizes who have got a bag and a skein of yarn and a pattern prize from Brenda.
This is the first.
That's the first one, and that is
this lovely bag. It is a wash bag.
Yeah.
It's beautiful on the outside. It's just got the plastic on the
but
inside.
It's got a gusset, so you can use
You definitely use it for a project, but you could use it for your makeup if you wanted to as well. And then that's coming with a skein of Do You Think You Saw Us from Birdstreet.
And that is going to Bernadette 07. And then finally, the second runner-up is Pam Roebuck, and she's getting a soft accents little pouch and a skein of rock purls.
Yeah.
From Yellow Van Yarns. So that's that prize, and a pattern from Brenda. And if you can get in touch with me, I will email you. I'll message you on Ravelry, but if you can get in touch with me with your addresses, I can send
and then
them out. And then Joe's prize is a skein of telling yarn
in.
It's the 4-ply.
Syracuse, did I say it? Syracuse. It's a skein of telling yarns 4-ply in. It's called Resolute.
She has a lot of Harry Potter things.
Yeah, but hers was.
This is a yarn that she's
blended with.
And it's spun by John Arbin, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a mix of Blue-Faced Leicester, Romney, Masham, sorry, and Zorbles.
So that beautiful skein is going to
Celia.
I didn't write that down. So Joe's going to show you because she actually picked this one. So.
Sorry, got to find the right thread. So I really liked Celia's Simon Cowell.
What's her name? What's her username on Ravelry?
Celia Maughan.
Okay.
Maughan.
You need to take your glasses off, and I need to put the glasses on. I'll make it bigger, woman.
How do you say that?
I would say Maughan. Morning.
Anyway, this is Celia's gorgeous Simon Cowell. That was my favourite. And it's quite surprising, I think that would be your favourite too.
Yes, I think so. Let me just write that down.
Right. So yeah, so this is going to be on your way, Celia.
Cool. So, so how you can reach us is also in the description box. So our email and our Instagram and stuff like that, or just on our Ravelry, and it's probably best to contact me either Ravelry or email. Yeah. Email's the best, really. But right, and then we have one more winner it's from the Twinset and Purl WIP thread, which is running all the time. So everybody who posted in the Cal could have posted in the WIP thread and won a pattern prize. So this is a prize.
What we don't know is whether they were posting in the WIP thread until they had an FO.
Yeah, but
there aren't that many in the WIP thread.
You had about 60 FOs.
They can also post. They can also join in Ruth's Cal.
Yes, I hope you are doing that.
Yeah, which is T&P Year 24. And if you're not on Instagram, you can email Ruth. So if you go to Ruth's podcast, Ruth Loves to Knit, you'll find all the information there.
She'll join you, add you to her prizes.
So that's running till the end of the year.
Yeah, so you've got plenty of time. So for September, so each month we pick a winner at random. It is random. Is it random? Kind of.
I think we pick our favourite from it.
Depends. Sometimes it's random. And they win a prize of a pattern from Ravelry up to the value of £10. Not our pattern.
Well, you can have one of our patterns,
but we want to buy you a pattern up to the value of £10. when we gift you a pattern, when you give you a pattern of ours, it doesn't cost anything. So we're trying to share the love. So the winner for September is, we think it's Sonjta, but it's Sonjta, and she was crocheting the gelato cowl.
Yeah, which is Rachel's newest pattern.
Yeah, so those are the winners. Right,
cool.
Just quickly say what you're wearing, and then we'll.
I'm wearing the one skein Maurice. He had a little update this week.
Yes, Joe had made him a bit bigger than he should be.
Well,
she'd overextended his length.
Right. I don't quite know how this happened, but I'd said I'd got 36 repeats.
Yeah.
And it's actually 27. But I don't know how that happened. But I still get more than other people are getting. Because I am a tight knitter.
Yes.
So either you need to get my gauge by going down a needle size, or you need to follow the instructions in the pattern for getting the most out of your skein of yarn.
Yes, you do.
So, yes. So you can, I have followed my instructions to get the most out of my skein of yarn, and I have ended up with like half a gram left. So
yeah, you did. That was amazing. That one.
Yeah. So it's possible.
So normally when Jo knits a shawl, she has a lot more yarn left over than she expects.
So when I designed Cecil, that was 2 skeins of 400 meters fingering weight yarn, and I had a lot. I had 20 grams left at the end. Most of my testers went into a 3rd skein, which is why it says that much in the pattern.
Yeah. See, I've yarn left over. Anyway,
so yeah.
Now we are going to move.
This is I'm wearing, and it's in Botanical Yarn. I think it was a
Woolfolk.
Yeah, Woolfolk colourway from 2022,
and it's non-superwash.
So that had less meterage than a normal skein of superwash fingering, but I love it, and it goes very well with my new jacket.
It's beautiful. You look lovely.
Right, so what have we got to talk about today?
Now we've got to talk about the new pattern.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about John. Joe's is with Birdstreet. So we don't have the OG, we have mine, which is finished.
So the OG was knit in the latest reimagined set from Birdstreet,
which is available now.
Yeah. So what they've been doing is they've been taking some of their yarn,
their favourite
yarn,
or their customers' favourite,
and they've been basically separating out the colours in the speckles, or the variegated bits, and making mini sets to go with the original skein of yarn. So John asked me which yarn I would like to do this with.
We have talked about it.
Yeah,
she showed it on at least on the last podcast.
Yeah,
there's a picture.
So I chose Beachcomber, which is a lovely kind of orangey, pale background, but with orangey speckles and tealy speckles and green speckles. And John picked out a light green, a dark green, a darker green, mid green, I would say, a light teal, a mid teal, and a tan to go with it. And that's the yarn I got, and that's the one that's on offer.
So I tested the pattern for Joe and refused to use minis because I didn't want to sew in all the ends. It is definitely worth it. The other testers are using minis, and it is beautiful, but mine is also beautiful. And I used a Zauber ball and
you've shown that.
And
have you shown it on the podcast?
I haven't, no, because I haven't started it. So this is my John. And
what was your pink?
The pink is non-superwash botanical yarn in the Hellebore Orientalis colourway. And
I like that bit.
And then the Zauber ball is called Pale Shimmer. I'll put all the information below, because I thought I had my labels with me, but I don't. I'm not sure if I do actually.
So there's currently until the end of Sunday.
Yeah. So
a discount.
Hopefully this will go up today. We are going to go out afterwards and go out this evening, but hopefully it'll be up.
You could put it up and leave your phone
behind. Okay. So yeah, so I love it. And I have literally just sewn the ends in and steamed it. So I finished it earlier in the week, but it is completely reversible.
Yeah. And I think it's like a lot of these patterns, it is it's very unisex.
And if you look
in
at
particular this one.
Yeah, if you look at it, it's also 3D. It's very architectural, and it's literally knit 3, purl 3, and in a certain order, in a certain way, and you get this
concertina.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. So what we thought we would, it's available on Ravelry now, and you get 25% off with the code Birdstreet. And that's available until midnight on the 27th.
Midnight on Sunday. Yeah.
And that has also been on our, Jo hasn't done it yet on Instagram, but she will. You haven't mentioned it.
It's in a story.
Does this count?
Yeah.
Oh, you done that?
I did it in a story, I didn't do it in the post.
And it's on the pattern page.
Yeah.
About the discount.
There's also a story with a link to the pattern.
Yeah. Cool. So we thought that because we were so interested, people are amazed how this happens, especially in this one, I would say. So what we thought we'd just talk about is how amazing the differences you can make just with knits and purls and stripes. So the first shawl you ever did like that was Magnolia Heaven, wasn't it?
Was that before Maggie?
I don't know.
Maggie's just a stripe. So I finished a Maggie while I was on holiday.
I don't actually own a Maggie, so I need to knit a Maggie.
And Maggie is designed so that you see the reverse of the garter stripe.
Yeah.
So
and you did do it originally in minis, didn't you?
Yeah. So that
shows the stripe.
But this is the right side, the reverse of it. So you get the melded together.
And when you do this is a very subtle one.
Yeah.
When you do the minis, you see.
But along the slip stitch, you see the stripe, and the lace pattern, you see the stripe, and in the I-cord
edge.
So I knit this on my trip.
It's beautiful.
I had about half of it to do.
I've been knitting it.
I've been knitting it since February. I took it to unravel when I was on the Botanical Yarn stand, and it's there. It's Sophie's. It was her February colourway,
right,
with pampas grass.
Yeah, that's lovely. And that's one of Joe's.
So that's the simplest, with no just plain garter stitch. But it just shows that even the plain garter stitch, if you do it on the wrong,
it's different.
Shows on the wrong side, it's different. Yeah,
we've often looked at stripes on the wrong side and say, oh, we love it like that, don't we? Yeah. So that's That's one of Joe's FOs, and this is my FO. My FO. And then there was Magnolia Heaven, which is mohair and fingering striped. And mine is knitted out of Rowan sock and Rowan kid silk, both in like a peachy coral colourway.
Yeah. And Magnolia Heaven is stripes of knit 3 purl 2.
You see closer, you can see the pattern.
And this is they're on top of each other. That makes sense. So your purl 2s are on with the row back.
So it's garter.
It's garter, but it's
shifted slightly. Yeah,
it's knit purl.
So it's amazing. It's amazing what the difference. Because you kind of got that idea from Maurice, didn't you? That it was garter rib.
This came from the sequence knitting book.
Right. Yeah. And I love this one.
Yeah. And this one is Marinoli Heaven is so light.
And it was a Botanical Yarn quarterly club, but never really got much notice on our shop. So it's so simple, and you know, you could knit it with Surrey, you'd need more than one skein, but it's beautiful and so lightweight, and you get this massive shawl. So yeah,
this one doesn't have a garter edge. It doesn't have a I-cord edge. It just has a garter edge.
It's lovely. Love it.
Yeah.
And then finally there is the slip stitch stripe, which gives you Simon, who is Simon had a little moment recently. He was at the Southern Yarn Show on Birdstreet and Lay Family Yarns, being worn by their gentleman, looking very smart. And he was in Tribe Yarns newsletter. So yeah, so if you haven't knit a Simon yet,
where have you been?
where have you been? And B, perfect present for yourself during November and December.
Yeah. There's also in the pattern you get the cowl instructions.
So I took mine off because I had a hot flash before we went on there. Started recording, but this is my Simon cowl, knitted in Surrey and sock yarn.
Yeah, and the Simon cowl is
in the pattern, included in the pattern.
And that kind of is a highlight from my holidays because I found the Simon Cowell star on the Walk of Fame in LA.
So
but yeah, so Simon is also a garter stitch stripe, but he's got a slip stitch, and that makes all the difference.
It does. Oh, I didn't bring those in here to ask your question.
What?
2 of my whips.
Okay. Do you want to go and get them? Do you want me to go and get them?
Yeah.
Where are they?
They are in the kitchen, in the living room. My big soft accents bag, and my bag from Oslo. Okay. I can't remember the name of the place. Yes. Talk about my hair. Yeah, you may have noticed that my hair looks a bit different. Well, I decided that I needed a restyle because I just had long hair. I just tied it back in a ponytail, and I had about 6 inches cut off. And my hairdresser said to me, "You know, your hair's curly, don't you, or wavy?" So she showed me how to. And it looks a bit frizzy today. It probably needs washing properly, but yeah. So I have curls. Who'd have thought it? I was also a bit worried because the large chunk of hair they cut off was brown, not grey. And I was worried that I was going to look. And when I put my hair back, when I cleaned my teeth and stuff and put it in a clip, there's a really brown bit next to it. It looks like I've stuck some fake hair. You know those things you can buy?
Yeah, that look like a ponytail.
Yeah.
Or a bun or whatever. Yeah.
It looks like you've chosen a completely different colour. Anyway, I want to go grey, so I'm happy. I am happy.
I wanted to go grey.
She said
too,
that
but a lot of people had an opinion.
A lot of people ask about going grey because they want to look. So I've just got these streaks in my temples, and I could. I've had that ever since my transplant streak there. But anyway, I like it, and it's it means I can wear it down a lot more because I was getting a bit fed up of, and apparently ponytails are bad. Yeah, make it split. Anyway, let's move on to some knitting. Back to the knitting. Yeah, so those are the
So yeah, just a little recap on John then.
Yeah.
Discount on at the moment. Go and check out the Ravelry page.
And you could
all the information's on there.
A beauteous one like this.
Yeah, I've got mine, which is my second one.
Have you got another whip? Another iPhone?
No. Yes, I have got another iPhone, but while we're on John.
Yeah.
So when I was on holiday, I finished 2 whips of shawls, and I was going to knit a Simon, and then you said to knit a John with it. So the yarn I'm using is from Ginger Twist Studio in Edinburgh, and it is Corblimey and undyed alpaca linen silk, and it is beautiful.
Yes.
It's 400 meters to 100 grams, but it feels quite thin to me.
Hopefully it'll bloom.
But I just love that.
Or be like a lightweight.
Together, yeah. And I had this on.
Where are they from?
I don't know, but they were so appropriate to my holiday because I went past so many sequoia cactus, and I love them. Yeah, and I also used my black prims that are from Arnie and Carlos's range.
Right.
For travelling.
Very good. The cube.
They're they're like carbons. Yeah. And I'm in the middle of John.
Which way is it?
That way around. I'm in the middle, and
it's lovely.
Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous. So this is obviously. Yeah, this is just to rather than having the stripes, looks lovely. I mean, I think the stripes add a different dimension.
Yeah.
And even with the Orzao ball, you get a stripe.
Yeah.
But this is.
I'm going to do a two colour.
Yeah. I really like it because you get the reverse garter and the garter in the same thing.
I'm going to knit a cream and charcoal grey one.
Yeah. So that was my whip on holiday. They were all. I amazed all the ladies on the tour with my knitting. But yeah.
What's that bag?
This is from IKEA. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's a IKEA. I think they're like packing cube. You get 2 this size and 1 bigger one for like £5. But that sat on my knee with the yarn coming out the top.
Yeah.
It was just perfect on the aeroplane and everything because it meant you could zip it almost shut.
Yeah.
And it doesn't roll around anywhere.
I just had a sudden vision of all of yarn rolling down an aeroplane.
I've done that before.
Have you?
Yeah, I've had a ball of yarn roll like underneath everybody's seat right to the front. And then people like passing it back to me.
That would have shocked
really
the person in the front.
Yeah. So,
right.
Yeah. The 2 whips that I'd had for so long, but it was just so nice to knit on something different.
Yeah. You finished?
I finished Chris and I finished Maggie.
Yeah. So you did really well. Right, so shall I rattle through my sock FOs?
Go for it. How many are there?
There's 4, I think. Oh, did I do that? Did I mock it?
Probably.
So
apologies if she did.
I've got 1 pair that I aren't here to show you, which are just a pair of gelato socks. So you've seen that pattern before, but I knitted a pair on, I think maybe I showed them last time. They were on alpaca silk cashmere from Birdstreet in the Aunt Sally colourway, which matched the ones that I used in the pattern. But that was on merino nylon sock, and I actually made them as a gift for Claire to have. So anyway, I finished my Cressida socks. Oh, that one there. Twinset Purl blockers. So if you just hold that one, I will take the next thing. off. So this pattern's going to come out on the 1st of November to start the cowl.
Mm-hmm. You're going to quote your test knitter?
Oh,
they've got everything.
They've got everything.
Lace, cables and bobbles.
And
which is typical Cressida.
Yes, and you need to. Well, the bobbles are fiddly on
on a sock.
On a sock, but by the time I did the second one, I was really enjoying it. So.
And what is the yarn?
The yarn is a Botanical Yarn from their Winter Floral Box 2022, no name, but is a lovely kind of magenta pink.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the pattern is ready. Thanks to my testers.
Coming out next weekend.
Coming out next weekend.
Cool.
Yeah, in time for the knit along. And then I was knitting these last, so I got two. Last time. This is vanilla, my 23rd pair of vanilla socks for this year, and this is a mystery yarn from the Yarn Badger, and it's this kind of micro stripe, like a purple and a green, but so many tones that it kind of doesn't look like a micro stripe. But if you look, it's purple, green, purple, green. Anyway, but it was lovely to knit with, and beautiful yarn for lovely colours for a pair of socks. So that, they've got 1x1 twisted rib. I don't know why I did that. It's not my normal vanilla sock. So normally I do 2x2 rib.
Like on this one.
Like on that one, 14 rounds. And that is Pixie yarn.
It's got a stripe. You can't see that to the naked eye, but on the camera.
Yeah. So that is beautiful. And that colourway is called Tolkien's Quest. And it was,
Are these for me?
Them. Who?
Just so my colour.
She'd dyed, the four skeins had looked quite different, so you could pick which one you wanted. And I picked number 2. So that's Tolkien's Quest number 2.
Got you left over?
Yes. I was going to do a stripy pair with like a minky colour, like quite big, broad stripes.
Nice.
And so they were actually number 25. So number 24 are the Yarn Badger again. Self-striping on her tweedy Donegal net base, and it's called Pub en Route. And there's two, but they don't matchy. They're kind of just slightly, because it was 4 stripes. I didn't want to wind it on. And then the heels and toes are Foxy in the tweed base by Birdstreet yarn, because I like to have a contrast heel and toe on a self-striping. But this yarn is just beautiful and autumnal, and I just enjoyed. I haven't knitted self-striping. I've knitted striped socks for Dad, but his are slightly less enjoyable.
Because of the size of them.
Oh, my husband ringing. And yeah, anyway, this is beautiful yarn. You should go and check it out. The Yarn Badger has amazing colourways. I think she might even have some of her Advent skeins left. Yeah. Can we just pause it and talk to them? And we're back. Mark wanted to know if we wanted anything from Tesco's. That'd be typical. Right.
And when you decline, the first thing he does is ring back.
I know, it's so annoying. My father-in-law's the same. He'll ring you back, then he'll FaceTime you, and then if you don't answer, you'll get a text. And I'm like, does he think I would be ignoring him?
Yeah.
No. I'm on the loo, Robert.
I don't want to FaceTime you.
That happened the other day. Oh my God. Right.
Do Do you know? No, I'm not going to go there.
Let me just see what I talked about because I need my glasses on. I've got lots of FOs, people. Yep. Right. The rest of it is crochet corner.
Right. So
now to whip. Oh, you got one more FO, and then we go on to whips.
Yeah. So my other shawl that I finished on the trip was Chris.
Can I have this?
Oh, that would go nicely with that.
It would, yeah. I just thought as I saw it.
So this is the second version of Chris,
which is the strategically placed random version.
Just the less blobs than the first version, and done it with a very subtle colourway.
So you need to see it close up.
Yeah. So it is an undyed Polworth silk from the Knitting Gift Shop.
Lovely. With this beautiful.
They don't always have it in stock. It wasn't the same
this time.
They had this time, but they usually have an undyed or a pale grey of their whatever they've got in at the time.
Yeah.
And then the mohair was a one of a kind from Birdstreet, I think. Not Birdstreet, Botanical Yarn.
And it's got these beautiful pops of cerise pink and green, mainly green, isn't it?
Mainly green, and then it's got pops of teal, like a watercolour. It's almost like
I think it was the
Friends.
Yeah, Friendship
in My Garden.
No, it wasn't that one because that was grey with pops. She did a green the year after. She did like a green. I think I've got a skein of the main colour. Anyway,
it didn't have a name on it. Whatever I had, it didn't have a tag.
But it's lovely.
Yeah.
So if you're coming to Yorkshire Yarn Fest, we're going to be there the whole time, and Chris is being released that weekend, and we will be wearing them.
Yes.
Walking around wearing them. There's 4 between us, so one is
there will be 4.
One, the third one is in Botanical Yarn completely. This one is in mainly, I suppose, you could say it. So we'll be wearing. There might be one on her stand if we. Yeah. Let her borrow it. She hasn't finished it yet. So.
Yeah, and this is my whip. Is the Botanical Yarn.
But that's beautiful, Jo. They're all beautiful, aren't they? Just depends how many.
Oh, bad podcaster. I'm halfway through a row.
Just depends how many ends you want to sew in.
So this is the 3rd version.
Oh, it's gorgeous. So soft.
And
this is feel a vision.
This is in cherry blossom.
Non-superwash.
No, it's not superwash.
Oh wow. Somehow you knit, you make everything really soft. Like, I don't know, your stitches are just so perfect. I don't know what she does and I don't do it.
And then it's the azalea pink.
No, Monarda.
Oh no, it's not Monarda.
No.
It's
lighter, isn't
Monarda.
It's lighter than Monarda.
Azalea pink.
Yeah. I'm just going to flash the back for you.
Jo's got lots of ends to sew in. I actually quite enjoy it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, sewing in mohair is not.
Yeah, but this is the cherry blossom.
You kind of know it's not coming out.
Colourway.
Are you on the second ball?
No, I've got that much of the first ball left.
Oh wow.
And I'm on section 4.
And then she's got a beautiful stitch marker from Unwrapped, made by Unwrapped Yarn for Botanical Yarn.
That was the cherry blossom, wasn't it, to go with
the Sakura's collection. Yeah.
Got fluff in the mouth.
Yes, so she's got a little bit to do in the next 2 weeks.
Half.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm over half.
She's got to stop sweater knitting.
Yeah, I'll wait till you see what I am knitting. So yeah, it's lovely. This is the one that everybody really likes. This is everybody's favourite.
Yeah.
And
the testers wanted to knit.
Yeah.
Mine's random. I showed it last time. Question: did you see how many minutes we were up to before we
38.
ended? Right.
Something like that. 38, 40.
Okay, that's right.
Right. So that's my other whip at the moment.
So
2 weeks, is it? 2 weeks tomorrow? 2 weeks today? And plenty of time.
So I've got 3 sock whips.
This whole, like a
Just
bundle of...
Just rumbling.
No, bundle of... I had a biscuit before we started.
Okay. So I'm keeping all my little whips in my Paradise Island bucket from Sophie got me.
Knit City,
Toronto. Montreal. So I am knitting my dad a pair of socks, and they're being kept in the bee bag, which he loves. He's got one of these. Joe bought him, and it's also got a bee
progress
keeper. Is that twill and print?
I don't know. Sorry.
And it says it on the back, but it's really small. And I got this skein of yarn from my local yarn shop, Mason's. I'm onto the gusset of the first one. So these are just upstairs, my upstairs knitting.
And why are there 3 ends?
Oh, because there was a knot
as
soon as I started.
That's irritating.
So this is Stylecraft 75/25 superwash wool and polyamide, and it's the head over heels colours of the world collection, and this is called Bondi Sands,
and Dad is going to love it.
That's the stripiness of it, and it says colours of the world, stripe up your life on the label. And you just want to go, colours of the world, stripe up your life. Anyway, yeah, so I have quite a good time knitting on these in the morning. So
Rachel's meant to be a knitting superstar, not a pop star.
yes. Yeah, so these are just, well, he has them when they're done because they're probably for Christmas, but he opens them early anyway. Oh, there's a marker there. And
nice.
They're going to, I just do them in the mornings when I like to know how long they'll take. And then I have, and this is an acquisition, a Cerise Gâteau, which is this tail by this gold embroidered dot. But these are just, it's like a tie-dyed kind of, these are just my colours.
Like an ice dye, isn't it?
Yeah. And I got it in their sale. And I also got a tote bag, which I'll show you later. So I cast on, so yesterday I was chatting to Maggie, our usual weekly chat. And I cast on another pair of socks in, I'll show you the yarn because it's going to be something else. And I just didn't like it. And I'd done about half the cuff. And she's like, Maggie said, if you don't like it now, you're not going to like it anymore. So I ripped them out and cast. This was one of the balls closest to hand. And this is Katia Concept from my local yarn store. Ilta. Which was so it's superwash merino. It's really soft. It's the same. If you've watched the podcast in the past, you'll see that you know that I knitted Dad Concept by Katia.
In Ilta?
No, in Ava.
Oh yeah.
And something else. And they're just different dyeing stripe-like techniques.
So you get this.
So this one is beautiful. It's got like, so I'm really enjoying it. I just started to cast it on yesterday, and I'm using.
And each colour that you come to will be a different. So you're about to come on to that one again, this one again.
Yeah, so it's lovely. And there's the grey stripe, I think.
And then you get a solid of the.
A bit of solid grey, and then
nice.
And I'm using a progress keeper that Joe made me. Little blue flower. It's lovely. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying. Those are the downstairs vanilla socks. Just get a bit more attention than these get taken out.
Do you find, because they're both striping,
yeah,
do you find that speeds things up?
it does, especially self-striping like the Yarn Badger. That kind of self-striping really useful to get to the next colour and get to the next colour. And also I do count rows still, especially for the foot I count rows, but I count stripes. It makes it easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, so those are out and about vanilla, or will be, because I finished a few pairs of vanilla recently. And then finally, I have started my next design, and it's living in this really cute little pumpkin bag that I got off Etsy from I kept the thing on purpose to. It's something like Fabrics by Me. I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, we'll put it in the show notes. And these are the socks that I'm designing in Birdstreet yarn, Aperitivo colourway, which is the colourway, this orange that I couldn't put down when I saw it at the Southern Yarn Show. And this pattern will be coming out on the 17th of November, or the weekend of the 17th of November, for their trunk show at Oxford Yarnstore. I'm going to attempt to put it on a blocker, but I haven't finished the toe. What am I doing? Where's the heels there? Sort me out, Joe. Sort me out. Just be really careful. They don't come off.
They're not going to come off.
Yeah, so it's this lace and cable design that is on both sides of the. So if you see it from the front, it's probably better to show it from the front actually.
Nice.
But it's actually 4 of those around. Yeah, so it's lovely.
There's something about it that makes me think of orange segments.
Yeah, so it kind of, yeah, Aperitivo socks. Yeah, so that pattern will be out in a couple of weeks, in 3 weeks. Yeah, for
if you've been waiting for Twinset Purl pattern.
Please don't get sick and tired of us.
Well, I think there are some people who like everything, but some people like shawls and some people like.
And then I've only got one more pattern to come out this year, which is going to be a Christmas sock with Birdstreet yarn. So
cool.
So those are my knitting whips. What have you got?
I've got 2. So
I've got 2 more, but
I've got a sweater and a sock.
Okay, I've got a sweater and a shawl.
So
but they're only just beginning. So
right.
I'm not sure. I need advice, mainly from Joe, because I probably won't wait for advice from the podcast viewers.
So this is my sweater that I was knitting last time, and it looks like I haven't done very much, but actually I've done quite a lot because I ripped it back to where my mistake was and I've re-knit it. But I'm loving it. It's gorgeous. And I'm really liking knitting with the cotton. Just like the way
I think your
cotton.
It's giving you eye. I think it's giving you eye strain.
So I'm having a break from it because I had a bit of a migraine.
And you didn't have one all holiday.
No, I know. I think it was the office. It's a combination of lots of things, but anyway. So I'm working on this. It's kind of self-drafted, trying to copy a sweater that I saw in a shop, and I'll keep you updated. Onto the second ball at the moment. Yeah. So and that's being kept in a little bag that I got on holiday from Atelier Yarns in San Francisco. Nice lightweight little bag for squishing into your handbag.
And there's a sweater.
The beginnings of a sweater.
Yeah. It's going to have really low armpits, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the other thing I've been knitting on is my sock. I can't remember where we got to, so I'll just show the yarn really. It's by Pixie in Rapskillion. I managed to knit like 5 rows the other day in the office, just working my way down the foot. I've done a mistake rib, 2x2 mistake rib on the leg, and just carrying it on the foot.
The bits you liked from Colin.
Yeah, and then I like how the foot's.
And seeing as I've mentioned Colin, I'll just give you a little update on the Mr. Bridgerton shawl. I'm hoping to start the test knit on the 4th of November. So that will be on Instagram.
Cool.
So,
and that's in my Cerise the Gatto bag with shine, which came around the whole of California with me but didn't get knit on. It's a well-travelled sock but didn't get any work done on it.
So
you've got these two and then Crochet
Corner.
How much is in Crochet Corner?
A few things.
Okay.
So I know I said I was going to knit a sweater by Vera Valimaki. Well, I then Kate and Hunter came out with a Bergman sweater. Can you put a picture of it? And it was in a yarn that I already had. I just needed a couple of contrast colour, a contrast colour, a couple of skeins. So I ordered them.
You got one, there we go.
So it's called the Bergman, and there's a Bergman hat as well. And it's knitted in Mungo by Rosaria Pomar. And I had 4 balls of this, which is what you need for my size. And I chose to go low contrast and bought that. And now I'm knitting it. I'm just started the colour work. I don't know what you think about, is it too low contrast?
No, I love it.
Right, let's keep going. Okay. Cool. So the colour, the main colour is 001, which is just undyed. And then the contrast colour is number 10 in the Mungo. This is the Mungo label.
So what's it made from?
It's made from 100% wool. That said,
feels like cotton.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought it was 50-50. So 001 is 50% wool, 50% cotton, and Mungo 100% wool.
That one.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like it, does it?
No.
And that definitely look how much bigger that skein is than that skein, and it's 220 meters per 100 grams.
You've had that one longer than you've had that. Do you reckon they've reconfigured it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's much bigger, isn't
it? it's like
I mean, I've done that
twins
much
in the womb where one's taken it.
I've used some of it.
Yeah, but it was never that big.
No.
Although it's Aran, isn't it?
It's 220. But I'm doing it on 4.5. My colour work, but then the cream is definitely fuller than. So I don't know. Do you like it?
I think I need to see a bit more. If that's
My problem is that I don't like having to catch floats, and when I looked at it, I thought there wasn't that much where you have to catch,
there is,
but there is. and you have to do increases
and get the right colour.
Yeah, and make sure you haven't caught it where you're going to do. Yeah, so that just makes it less enjoyable. But
I think it's going to be beautiful though.
Yeah. Okay. Product rather than process. Well, once you get past the yoke, it's just knitting. But yeah. And I did a swatch, didn't block it. Got gauge. And I always go up. I don't even start with her needle size because Caitlin tends to knit so loosely.
Yeah.
And then I actually measured my bust and chose a size smaller than I was going to do. So there's 6 inches of positive ease is what she recommends, but I was going to do it with 10. The next size up would be. So it gives me a little bit more of the main colour to make it a bit longer because it's 10 inches.
Yeah.
The length. And
is it quite deep yoke?
I obviously like my
sweater's longer than 10 inches.
Yeah.
It's not a deep yoke, look, it comes right under her armpit. Right.
Yeah, so that's a keeper. That's good. I'm really glad that we talked about it. And then in this, so that was my bag from Oslo, made out of sari.
I feel like I'm being strangled by my scarf.
Made out of saris, isn't it?
Yes, beautiful.
And then
I couldn't decide what colour I liked when we were in there.
Now Kate's come home. So I started my fluffy Simon. This is another one that I want your opinion. And I probably haven't done enough. And it is enjoyable knitting it, so I just not 100% sure. So
you haven't done enough.
Right.
But I would say OMG, yes. Love it.
Yeah. It doesn't look too high contrast, does it?
No, I love it.
And it's so soft.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this yarn. This is by Moonlight Fibre. I bought it at Unravel. This is what I went to Unravel. I knew I wanted from Unravel. And this is Teal Time and this is Cappuccino.
No, it's beautiful.
Show them again. Right, I'll keep going on that as well. Cool. Because if I can cast on a John as well. Just try to have one shawl and one sweater on the needles.
I need to get those 2 shawls finished because I've got 3 more
commissions.
Pattern ideas.
1 commission.
1 commission, 2 ideas.
That's living in my soft accent bag. So, yes, so those are all my knitting whips.
So that's nearly an hour.
Right.
And we haven't got onto acquisitions in my trip yet.
Right, okay. Well, we knew it was going to be a bumper one. We didn't say it. We knew.
And you'll know before you watch because you'll see the time.
And the title. And so we hope that well, obviously you can pause whenever you want to get a drink.
Yeah.
We might have to pause to get more drinks. We'll just get some water.
Oh. I've got drink.
Right. Crochet. Come on, you're not doing it. You need to do it.
Oh, sorry.
Crochet corner. Silly. Right. So just a quick, I'm going to talk about this. I've done a little bit on it, but I want to get your opinion, maybe your opinion on this. Living in my, was that, which show was that? Flock.
I don't know.
Flock fibre. So I'm crocheting this cowl in the the single or double crochet bit of the whole thing that evolved from the gelato cowl. So I'm gradually, it's like vanilla knitting, so I'm gradually doing that. But I love it, and I think, so my idea for my Pet Pixie minis is to do it about that big.
Oh, and
make a long
scarf.
tube scarf. Yeah, so do it in the round, because when you do it back and forth, the stitch the stitch changes. So do it in the round. I'm going to do rib for a whole mini, and then they all just fade into each other. So I'm just going to use them all up.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's keeping going, because that is going to be a present for my brother, I think.
Yes, very nice.
And this is just a botanical yarn. It was from the kit to do the MCAL last year or the year before. And I think it's quite similar to the Sakura leaf. Yeah. Isn't it? Nice. That she's got in her.
I'm sorry everybody, I've got fluff up my nose. Right.
And it goes quite well with the...
It does, it's really cute.
I mean, it's murky green, but Jo does not like that paper cowl, so...
Nope.
She doesn't want it.
Well, I wasn't offered
I
either,
didn't do
I don't want it.
I haven't done my FO, which is the Sinfonia cowl, which I will be writing up soon. Shall I try it on? So I ended up just leaving the end without ribbing. Easy. Yeah, very easy. And it's,
yeah, nice.
I like it. Oh, I've got fluff in my mouth on my lip gloss. Or hair, wasn't it? Yeah, so I finished that, and I think I might make one in a hand-dyed.
Yeah.
I'll write the pattern up, but this had 150 grams. I haven't got the information with me, so I'm not sure how many meters. But obviously you can just keep going, and this end, actually I did end it. So after the podcast, when you said that you thought it was long enough, I thought, oh, I might as well just finish the yarn off. So I went round and round again, realised that I'd gone wrong right in the front, ripped it back to this, and thought, I'm not doing it again. Damn it, I'm not doing it again. Yeah, so I think it looks nice.
Yeah, no, it does.
So I shall... My idea is that I'm going to put 3 patterns together. So the wrap, this, in this stitch pattern, and then something that I've made for you as a surprise. Close your eyes. Ooh. I've made you a shawl in that design.
Wow.
Do you like it?
Yes.
You don't sound like you do.
Oh.
Are you surprised?
I'm surprised. What's the yarn?
The yarn is Nord Caramel colourway.
Do you know what my first thought is? Seaweed.
Maybe we should call it the seaweed collection. I had this idea because the pattern is in blocks of anyway,
does it matter?
The pattern is in blocks of...
Is there a right side and a wrong side?
Yeah, there is.
Right, let me take off this
one. It's 8 stitch repeat, so it's in blocks of 8 stitches, and I thought about starting off and making it bigger each time, but then I realised I could start big and make it smaller each time.
You'd have to know how much yarn it takes.
Yeah, well that's why it took 5 balls, 50-gram balls. But I really like it.
Oh, I like it too.
It looks lovely on you. Look, it looks like your hair. And I thought that I would have a navy blue one.
Yeah. I've got a tiny itch.
Is it? Do you want me to make you another one in different yarn?
Yeah, I'll have cashmere, please. What's in Nord?
Nord is alpaca and wool.
See, it's the alpaca.
Right.
I think I'm going to have a... But then I might have a problem with my John.
Yeah.
because alpaca and me don't always
go
well together.
Normally on your forehead.
I can feel it here.
All right, we'll take it off then, and we can show people it in a bit more detail. So I started off by knitting the cast on, and then I crocheted the pattern for 4 repeats, and then I decreased each side and you have all these, one side you've got ends to sew in because you finish it off.
Oh yeah.
And then you start again 4 in, and then you just keep going until you get to the centre, which has got the trebles each side and the thing in the middle. And then
Do you know the other thing that I would like?
Yeah.
Is not to have that bit.
Right. Okay.
For it to be wider.
Right. Okay.
Across the bottom.
Okay. And then I crocheted all around the edge.
I've got some yarn that I can get. I've got 2 skeins.
Oh,
2 skeins be enough?
Yeah.
I've got 2 skeins of really lovely yarn to give you.
And I crocheted all around the edge, and then I steamed it and sewed all the ends in, and tried to surprise you.
No, I do like it.
Do you like the style of it?
I like it. Yeah, it looks really nice on.
And do you think it should be a pattern?
No, definitely. I would miss that bit off.
Right.
So that you get a bit more of a crescent.
Yeah.
And no, it's lovely. As I say, it's just the alpaca, bit of alpaca. Okay. I don't know if I could put it around my neck.
No.
But with a polo neck on.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to keep it.
Yeah.
You put it around your shoulders.
Yeah.
You feel
just don't put it over your head.
So yeah, let me know. This might be for the new year, these 3 items. But
yeah, because I don't think we can have any more patterns this
Let
year.
us know in the comments what you think. And
Joe's an ungrateful cow.
Yes.
That's what people think. I'm not. I really love it.
Just let me know what you think.
But
and
you know that I.
But can you? I made this.
Yeah,
you know, nobody knows. No, I told Maggie up in front on Thursday.
I think we haven't seen each other for a month.
No, I know, but.
Do you remember when I knit you a rabbit without you knowing?
I know. So I thought I'd try and. Sometimes you were talking to me and I was crocheting down here.
No, it's lovely.
I'm going to have a navy blue one. This is the yarn I'm going to knit this is the caramel and the navy for the sweater that I want to knit. I think I'll be able to wear it.
Well, I'm the one that's got the issue with it, not you. Sorry, my hair's got a bit mad today.
Yeah, so that's...
So
yeah, so comment below if you like it, people, and if you think it should be a pattern. And if you think of what name this series could have. Because this is in Symphonia, but I'm not sure if it should be Symphonia.
It does remind me of seaweed. It's not a bad thing. I like seaweed.
It reminded me a little bit of Stiper Stones when I was doing it.
Is there a name adjacent? Is there another place in those hills, that range of hills in Shropshire?
We'd have a think, couldn't we?
Yeah.
So I've got one more thing, and it's a pattern by somebody else for Crochet Corner.
Woo.
And I really loved the shawl, the little 1 skein shawl that Tracy made from Wool and Wishes, and it is the Moonlit Shawl by Cherry Heart. I think it's Sandra something Cherry Heart Designs. We'll put it in the information below. And I had this sock set from Adventures in Yarncraft called Cherry Pie.
When I saw that then, I thought that said cheesy pie. Cherry pie.
Cherry pie. And so it's a main skein and you do an edge. You crochet the shawl and then you crochet on it on a border. And in hers it's 1 colour, but Tracy did a mini separate colour. So I'm on the just about to start the 2nd set of increases. So that's what I've done so far.
And is it a crescent?
Yes.
It's a triangle.
It's a crescent, yeah.
Oh, it's lovely.
So you do, two different increase rates and the middle, and then nice. So it's, I thought it'd be quite Christmassy in a way, or autumnally.
Yeah.
And when your ear's a bit addictive.
I was going to say, how long did that take you?
I think I did one bit in each bit in 2 sittings. So one section and then another section. Yeah. And I have to say that.
Are you liking doing more crochet?
Yeah, I am. And also, I'm learning how it works, how the increasing and stuff works. Because I learnt to crochet, and then I didn't really make things like this. I was seriously into doilies for a while, wasn't I? And then I was seriously into snowflakes. So yeah, it's been really good to like learn how the shaping and stuff works. And obviously Sandra turned
and then the world's your oyster once you can do that.
She has amazing designs, and and this is just trebles basically, back and forth, but it is really enjoyable to do. So yeah, so that will be coming along, but I thought it'd be more interesting for people if I did something else that somebody had, rather than just
no, it's also nice to ramblings. You're knitting one sweater that isn't one of our designs.
Yeah.
And I'm knitting nothing.
I know. We get it. Well, obviously, when you're designing and I've been doing a lot more testing for you this year and stuff like that. And I finished 2 in time. Pat on the back.
Polish your halo.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed them. And I just want to knit more. That's the problem. That's why Simon number 5 is on the needles. But yeah, I also felt, leading up to the podcast, a sense of I've got to get that finished for the podcast. I've got to get that cast on for the podcast so I can talk about something else other than socks. And now I feel like after the podcast you can do whatever you want for a bit. Slightly reminds me of work, where I used to work on a project funded by a pharmaceutical company, and they came over every 2 months. So we used to spend 6 weeks actually getting data and 2 weeks writing the talk you had to give. So it felt, and it was on a
cycle.
Yeah, but very enjoyable, all of it to do. So not complaining. And I'm glad that you like my sweater. I will continue.
Yes.
And the yarn isn't that enjoyable to knit with. I think that might be the problem as well. But I do like.
I think once you get past the yoke and you need to get onto the bottom, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Anyway.
Cool. So how many acquisitions have you got? Is it all in that bag?
Yeah. That and that.
Right.
Did you? How many times did you roll your eyes during Crochet Corner?
Not.
Somebody commented.
Did they?
Yeah. Jo really isn't interested in crochet, is she?
No. Right. So, shall I go through my acquisitions?
Yeah, you need to go through yours because yours are linked to your holiday, and you need to talk about your holiday a bit.
So, there's a few things in here that aren't knitting as well. That the presents for Rachel.
It was a successful holiday.
Yeah, it was a very successful holiday. So I had said to my lovely other half that I was not going to go try and find knitting shops. I was going to go when we were in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So we had 5 days in San Francisco, and I knew that at some point we would want to spend some time on our own. So, but if we stumbled across a yarn store, then it was rude not to.
It was fair game.
Yeah. So, brief summary of my trip. We flew into LA. We stayed one night at the beach in LA, and then we had a tour around LA. Drove to San Diego. We were there for Chris's birthday. we were so tired when we got there. We ate in the hotel, but he managed to find lobster mac and cheese in the hotel for his birthday and some lovely beer, so he was happy. Then the next day we did a tour around San Diego. We had the afternoon looking around. The evening we went to the Cheesecake Factory, which was delicious. Then on the next morning, anyway, doesn't matter.
Some people were doing a boat thing, weren't they, and you didn't do it?
Yeah, so we had a tour with a local guide, and they took us to this, it was an old army barracks that had been turned into places of restaurants and cafes and little shops, and you could go and have lunch and sit down. So we got some lunch, we sat down at the table, and there was a lady knitting, and I said, "Oh, knitters, let me show you my knitting." So I was showing them, I think I was knitting on Chris at the time, and they were like, "There's a yarn shop here, don't you?" No. No, I didn't. So we had about 25 minutes to get before the bus was leaving. So they were like, "Come with us, quick." So apparently that weekend happened to be San Diego Yarn Crawl. So they're very lovely ladies.
I always seem to miss these things.
Yeah. So the ladies' names were Janelle and Susan, and they embraced me as the knitting community does. Susan had a spare tote from the Yarn Crawl, which she gave me. So there were four or five, maybe 6 shops, and it says San Diego Yarn Crawl, September the 26th to 29th, 2024. Yarn brings us together, and it does.
Yes.
So I was chatting to them. I showed them my Ravelry store and all that. Anyway, we went to Apricot Yarn and Supply. That's where we went. So they gave me the tote, and I had 10 minutes in the shop.
How much damage can you do in 10 minutes?
How much damage can you do in 10 minutes? I got Rachel a skein of yarn. This one.
Ooh.
Called
So beautiful.
Space Sheep by the Laser Sheep Yarns.
It's so soft.
And
80/20.
And I bought this one called See You Later, which is the yarn, which is the colourway for the shop. Was the shop colourway.
Not the yarn.
Not the yarn.
Yarn
It
Crawl.
might have been the Yarn Crawl, but it was definitely the shop colourway.
Yeah.
And then I had a bit of a panic that it was exactly like the Labby NMA colourway that I didn't like. But it'll be socks.
It's got neon in it.
Yeah. So that
Oh,
was
it's
See You
beautiful,
Later.
Jo. Mine might be a page or something. I think it needs to be near my neck.
Do I get in that shop?
What do you think?
Yeah. What else
Or
did
a
I get
hat.
in that shop? I got a needle. I bought a fixed chow goo and some stitch markers, which I'm not
They're
sure.
in there here.
I'm not sure whether I've got the
That's
stitch markers
pleasant for you all.
in here. If I find the stitch markers at the bottom,
Yeah.
then
That's
I will show
pleasant
them.
for you all.
Yeah. Then I had a trip to. Oh, this was off the aeroplane for you. So we flew business class, don't you know? And you get a little white company pouch.
Oh, thank you.
Then we went to Sedona, and this isn't a present for you. I bought this in Sedona for a sock.
Oh, it's lovely.
And I just love that kind of watercolour, because there weren't two. What else have we got? Then I had a trip in Yosemite,
Oh,
and I bought a little
souvenir.
Yosemite,
Cute.
and it's printed on one
Oh,
side
it's fluffy.
and
I bought a.
embroidered on the
When we
other.
went around California, I bought a bag
And
with.
then this is
pom-poms
for
on.
you. Oh, I'll take the price off.
You didn't take the price off that. Oh, I love it. I love the hat. Love the Lady Alamo.
I thought the colours were nice.
Yeah. That might have to be a notions pouch, like a.
Yeah. Then I had a trip to.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, this is just something I bought, not really. Oh, that's. Like these, I got you these.
Yeah.
If you don't like them, I will have them.
Okay.
So they're probably the most, they're not the most expensive thing. But they're coral and turquoise and mother of pearl.
Oh, I like them. I love them. Little earrings. A lovely check. Thank you. But if you want them,
No, they were for you.
okay.
I also got you this.
Ooh.
Sephora lip balm. And
I'm so lucky.
some chalk. Some chalk and some non-chalk. Non-chalk. They're yogurt.
Oh, did you buy those? You love those, don't you?
Yeah, I love them. And then I went to Atelier Yarns.
Caramel cold brew. M&M.
I didn't buy you anything in Atelier Yarns. I got 2 skeins of yarn, but it's for me.
Okay.
I got
even though I went there and I
Kyoto Sunset.
I bought you shabui from there.
I think you might have given me something you didn't want. I don't think it was bought for me, was it?
I did buy you something there though.
Yeah. But anyway, Messa.
So you got shabui as well?
Messa and Kyoto Sunset.
Yes. Are they not soft yarn or just
They're
4-ply?
Cashmere, merino cashmere nylon.
No wonder she doesn't want me to give them to me.
And I also got another little pouch with a gold zip. That's a shawl pouch.
Oh right. So that should be for Ruth.
Yellow. Oh, and I also got these stitch markers.
Oh.
They're like little orange squares with a pink, cute little pink bead on them. Really like those.
Yeah, very nice.
And then I went to the other yarn store in San Francisco called, what was it called?
I don't know.
Firebird Studio. Oh, I got you this from somewhere unrelated. Oh, and I got this. She got me a piglet, and I bought a sparkly avocado.
Oh, they're really cute. Charm it.
You know when you
I'm looking online for those because they're gorge. It's a 3D piglet.
Yeah.
Did they have Winnie the Pooh?
I think they might have had Winnie the Pooh, yeah. And then from Firebird Yarns, I got this bag.
Oh, that's lovely.
Which was from A Needle Runs Through It.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Like a dog bag.
You get a choice of mini.
Oh, right.
And they gave me a sticker and a stitch marker, progress keeper.
Yeah.
Look.
Oh.
And I bought these stitch markers. It's like little glittery stars.
Oh, they're very cute.
And they gave me a
Soak.
sample of soak. I really liked that bag.
These are all different brands.
Yeah, I just tried. I got some of the local. Not all local, but I'd like this one.
Oh, I'll have that one then. I was going to have that one. Oh, I like this one. Should have given me 3 to choose from then, didn't you?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise.
That is a bit mean, isn't it? It's okay.
Sorry.
No, I like this one. I don't know what I use it for, but
Heels and toes.
yeah. Heels and toes.
Heels and toes. So yeah, so those were all my holiday acquisitions.
Yeah.
And then I came back from holiday and I bought you a present.
Really?
Close your eyes.
Oh.
Got us one each.
Yeah.
And I was thinking quite useful for jewellery.
Yeah. When you go away
Yeah.
and seeing what you got.
Yeah. So it's an oceans pouch, obviously.
Is it?
Magpie fibres.
Is it Magpie fibres?
Yeah.
Where did you get them from?
Yarnstore. And I got this yarn for
I'm going to keep it for notions, I think.
I got this yarn for us.
I want to try it. A linen Simon.
Yeah. By Trio by Isaiah. What do you call it? How do you say it? Isaiah. And it's Trio, which is linen, cotton and lyocell. And I just thought
For next
like
spring.
those colours for next year, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be like.
How many
Anyway,
metres is it?
175 metres per. So it might be a
Shorter in the middle.
slightly slimmer Simon. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's that. You have got some more acquisitions.
I've got another acquisition.
You've got some more here as well with me. When did you get that? You've got a Cubio.
Yeah. So I happened to look on their shop.
Jo was waiting for a hoodie to make chocolate brown.
Yeah. And I decided that I really like that colour and the chocolate brown one may never come.
Yeah.
So if she does a chocolate brown one, I might buy a chocolate brown one as well.
I've got two. So.
But I just
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I just loved it. Rose. And I like it in the smooth leather.
And did it arrive while you were away?
No, I always did it when I got back.
Oh, right. Cool.
Yeah, no, I loved it. I love it.
So I've got some acquisitions. I went to Flock without Jo, which was very strange.
You got a little haul from my trip.
I know. Thank you very much. But thank you to my friend Sally Trollope for picking me up and taking me, and we had a lovely day. And I bought Jo a present. She'd seen these online on Instagram. Otter and Papoose were the other vendor, as well as Birdstreet yarn. So Jo got those, and I got these progress keepers.
Oh, cute.
Is it
Really
focusing?
cute. Yeah, like yours are beads, and mine are like segments from a Fimo type. It's a watermelon and a kiwi. And what are they? That dragon fruit?
Yeah, I think so. And
Really
I
cute.
I bought the skein of Foxy that I use for my heels and toes. So that's been wound up and used. And I bought a skein of Cherie, which is going to be the Christmas sock colourway. And then I bought these two. I bought 4 head over heels on the alpaca.
Oh, that's got to be another
Cashmere
gelato,
silk.
hasn't it? Have you got a plan for that?
I was going to do a 1 skein, I think. And then I got this, which I thought would be socks, but if you want it, you can have it.
I love it. I can always order something from her.
Yeah, and you have got very similar. You bought some of your skeins look a bit like that you bought. Kind of.
Maybe we can trade.
This is called When September Ends by Otter and Papoose. It's Papoose, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I put all my goodies in here now.
I'm sure that would make a lovely pair of socks that you can make for me.
But I'll enjoy knitting the yarn.
Yes.
And you can have the socks. Okay. Thank you for my stuff. Right. And I also got a few. So I got that one. Let's do the bags. I got that pumpkins, little pumpkin bag. I also got,
oh my god, you've got so many pumpkins.
I know, neon pumpkin bag from the Crafty Valentine, who is Tracy from Wool and Wishes. And in here I have my Neon Nebula yarn by Birdstreet, which is what I cast on the socks but didn't like. So I decided I'm not going to have glowy feet. I'm going to have something here that glows. I can't decide.
You used to do one skeiner of that.
Yeah. But I needed it to be in this, to go with this bag. So
you can also get some undyed and make a Simon or a John.
I've got some undyed. Anyway, so that's pumpkin bag number 2, and then autumnal kind of not Halloweeny pumpkins. This is kind of
that's really
fall
cute
bag, and this is by Jo Piccadilly. Oh, it's got a little velvet tag.
Oh, it's so cute.
And she does these bags with the poppers. It's got little pockets there, and you can use them as kind of, you can either like roll up notions in it or things, or have it like that. And it's got this tape measure thing, and then you tie that when you kind of use it, kind of thing. And I wanted one at the Southern, and she'd sold out, so I saw it was in her shop, so I got it.
Really cute.
It is, and her bags are definitely a bargain. All these bags were a bargain. And then this arrived while you were. I pre-ordered it on Amazon, I'm afraid. But this is the Doodle Knit Directory by Jamie Lomax, which you'll have heard about all over everywhere. And there are some lovely. I might knit a hat actually. I have this. There are some lovely.
Every time I knit a colourwork hat, it's too small.
Well, they
I
usually
really
learn
need
lesson.
yeah.
So I was thinking of like that mini you just gave me would be beautiful, like a grey. And I'll find the hat.
You could just put like that snowflake.
So there's like that hat.
The snowflake on the front's cute.
Yeah. That one. Yeah. So you could do all sorts of things, couldn't you? Yeah. So that is definitely, I think, a bargain for
How
the.
much is it?
It's $16.99, but I think I got it for $13.50 from Amazon. But they're on the second print now. They've run out. They've sold out the first run. So, but there's so many, and these apparently I didn't realise these are new. They're not in the doodle decks.
Right.
So for me personally, this is a better thing to have than the doodle decks. So I'm thinking of doing a tube cowl. There's one here that's like winter, spring, summer, autumn. It's beautiful.
Lovely.
Yeah, so that's by Jamie Lomax. And then I got those two. I got the project bag and the tote from Cerise de Gâteau, and in the same print. And it's got 2 short handles and a long handle, which is quite handy. And inside it's got this stripy pocket. Zip pocket.
Yeah, very cute.
So
put all your projects in there.
Yeah. I thought I'd take it to Yorkshire Yarn Fest to carry our goodies in.
Yep.
So I will have my walker with me so we can put stuff in. I can feel my ankles swelling up. Right, so the last acquisition.
What about that?
Oh, that arrived today. Not the last acquisition. Jo's got an idea for a shawl, and so we were chatting one morning, and we both bought yarn. So I'll obviously be test knitting the pattern. So this is Jo's, and I've loved since I knew it was coming out, this botanically dyed fibre spates. Vivacious, their vivacious base, which is a high twist.
This is botanical as well. Wow.
Yeah.
How did you get so
Beautiful. I know. So yours is called Rhubarb Ginger.
They're quite different.
They are quite different, yeah. so you might have to.
Oh well.
I don't know. You get what you're given, I guess, when you order it from. These are from Wool Warehouse. So, mine is called Elephant.
They're from the same dye lot.
Yeah, maybe when you unwrap it, they'll be.
I don't think so.
No.
Anyway, never mind.
Maybe you can wrap that into 2 balls.
Yeah,
And
that's
kind
a
of
good
fade
idea.
it and have that in the middle. Yeah, and then we need some surrey to go with it. So I picked Blush.
And I picked Sherbet.
Yes. Which they changed because it was originally called Herbert because they forgot to put the S on when they sent it for printing. I'm not 100% sure that's going to be my surrey.
I think you might need some peachier.
Yeah.
That does look nice with that. I like it with that skein more than I like it with that skein. But as you say,
Could it be a 1 skeiner?
Could be, but I didn't want it to be.
Right.
It's alright.
We could buy some more. And see.
It's okay. It's beautiful though, whatever it is.
It is beautiful. And I've got a bit of a theme, I think, going on. Do you want the bag?
What's your one called?
Elephant. Do you want the bag?
Yes.
Please. I've also got some. I've got some grey mithril.
That'll be nice.
Which I would have got, so I didn't really need another. Right. So, one more thing to talk about. And I should have brought the others really, but I will show you them when I start my project. I got my last instalment of the Footsteps Yarn Club from Pixie Yarn, which is there. Instead of an advent this year, she's done as a fade from
each quarter, was it? Was it a quarter?
Yes, quarterly. And so you get 24 knees and they go through a beautiful fade. And if you follow her on Instagram, her pictures recently are absolutely stunning. So you can see the whole fade. She also does it in a 50 gram skein, so she's wound them up into cakes and made it's beautiful, the pictures.
Oh wow, I need to go back and look at that.
So when I designed the Sherry Heart socks with her son was doing her photography. He's gone off to college, and when I commented this time, she said, "I took them myself. I've had a good teacher." So he's obviously I just love her. You know, like the depth of her colour, and the pictures are always her framing of everything, and just lovely. So she's going to be at Stitch Fest Southwest
with Birdstreet.
With Birdstreet, which you're going to go to, you think?
No.
You're not?
I don't think I am.
But if you're going to that, then Pixie Yarn.
Yeah, check out
She was at Unravel for the first time this time, but she does. She's from Somerset, so
yeah.
So
cool.
We won't be podcasting again until Yorkshire Yarn Fest. So
check out our Instagram posts.
We will be on
the cowl.
For the cowl, and
if you're one of our winners, please get in touch, and we'll get the parcels out to you. So hopefully you get them, within a couple of weeks.
And Jo's going to do the show notes.
Yeah.
And so they'll. But I will go and message you on Ravelry.
Yeah. So the show notes will probably come beyond by tomorrow evening.
Yeah. You just do it ASAP, don't you?
Yeah.
And because she has to sit and watch us again.
Well, it's lovely to be back together.
It is. And I've enjoyed this podcast, so I hope you've enjoyed it too. And you've stuck out with us this long.
Yeah, and if you are new, which I'm surprised you made it this far if you're new. But anyway, if you are, please like and subscribe.
Yes. We're so close to 2K.
Yeah. And there's lots of back
on spot
episodes to watch.
So we will And if you'll go to Yorkshire Yarn Fest, come and say hello.
Come and say hello.
We'll be wandering around and
have a squidge of Chris.
And go and buy the John Shawl Pam, if you like it. And there'll be some socks coming soon.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. Happy knitting.
Bye.
Bye.